My angels, my love, happy December to the sign that this is. You obviously know who you are because you clicked on. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I just wish you the happiest end to your Gregorian calendar. Happy Divine Feminine season. Happy December to all of you. This is just my treat, so you have a little bit of an overview for the next month that's coming up. Let's see who God would like to go second. Am I right, ladies? Stop. Who is it? Oh, Big Leo. Wow, Big Leo. I love it. Leo. Happy December to you, Leo. I'm so excited. What we're going to do is we're going to give you your monthly overview, and then I'm going to do our classic 8-card spread just to get the specifics. Let's see where we're at, Leo. Oh, Leo. Oh, Leo. You guys, you've been fucking... Y'all were... My Leo gang, you really used that vitality, that inner child to fucking fight these demons. I know what kind of year we had, Leos. Let's see. Oh my God. Yes, this is so beautiful. You know, at the bottom of your deck, it was all about this new beginning. It was all about making sure that the divine throughout this last 12 months was preparing you for the new beginning that you could definitely see. And the biggest part that you can play in the new beginning that God was orchestrating is aligning your will to the will of the divine and being disciplined about it. Having self-discipline to continue to fucking do the right thing, Leo. I know. And listen, girl, you know I don't judge y'all. You know I would never judge y'all, the boots down. But, you know, one of the things that I think you were really dealing with was like your new beginning is going to be gambled. I think that's kind of the pressure of it. It's like all year you were facing all these tests that were talking about your will because, Leo, we know we can't really blame you guys more than anyone in the zodiac can't really be a victim. We already talked about that. Like there's no way for you to be, you're already the star of the show. You can't really be the victim. You're the king of the jungle. You're the most ferocious of the entire animal kingdom. You know, my little feline friend. So like you really can't play the victim. Like everything that has happened to you, good and bad, has to do with like what your will was, what you like willed into being. You know, I very much get the frequency is like that baby mama, that's on you. You know what I mean? That's on you. That baby daddy's on you. So, you know, a lot of what you were really realizing, the way to get spirit to get, you know, to whip you into shape was to finally threaten like, all right, I'm gonna show you how good it was supposed to be, is supposed to be for you in the new world, the new beginning, the new paradigm, right? I'm gonna show it to you. And bitch, you saw the bitches you supposed to be rolling with. You saw the cars, the clothes, the hoes, the place. You saw the vision of New Earth. And it was like, like you did the Leo thing where you're like, what? Like, oh, that looks so awesome. It's like the kid who's like, mom's like, I'm gonna show you dessert, but you need to eat your fucking veggies first. And so God already told you, like, if you don't eat the vegetables on your plate, there will be no cookies after dinner. And so, Leo, you just got to be self-disciplined. It's like this is trial after trial. I'm talking a lot of my Leos, I know. You went through some crazy karma this year. You went through some heavy karma, brother. We thought you might have been down for a minute, Leo. There were certain things because it was just like for a second there, it was like, are we going to get it together, Leo? Are we going to be able to be self-disciplined? You know what I mean? I mean, it could be anything. Getting yourself in that health regime, getting yourself to just be more, like I said, just being, your wellness is something that you really, like, again, as a fire sign, my fire signs in general, like, we need you guys to be well, you know what I mean? You can't just let this fire burn all up in and through the ether and not care about like the vessel and how you're doing and what we're feeling. So that's the huge message is like December is like for my Leos, December you get a new beginning. You finally get it. You get to have what was being dangled in front of you. So you know, like God was like, don't you dare nab this carrot. I feel like Leo really represents, like, if we're thinking about like a biblical reference, like Leo's year would be like the damnation of Eve, like the fucking propaganda about like, bitch, you ate that fruit and God told you not to. So I think I just see a lot of Leos like, yeah, you know, the reason like some of these beginnings didn't start until the 12th month, maybe they could have started the first month of this year, had to do with like, you was just not, I mean, you kept napping the carrot and you was being asked not to. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, let's get right to it for you Leos. Thank you guys for being here with me. I love you guys. Let's see what this new beginning is to pop off for you guys because it looks like you're, yeah. Okay. We can't keep getting baited out. These are all your vices. Page of Cups. You know this Page of Cups is like, I'm not even pro the sober agenda, but say that's your higher guidance, right? Like you need to clean it up. You so messy. And it's like, ooh. You know, you be back at the strip like, ooh. This is like every time your demons and your vices be like looking over your shoulder. It's like, ooh, ooh. And me, Leo, I'm just seeing it was a lot. it was a lot of failed initiations. I'm not going to hold you. A lot of times, every time Spirit was like, I need you to come from your spirit. I need you to come from your higher self. I'm telling you, this little Page of Cups had you in a chokehold. Because it's like God is over here trying to be like, we got this big, bright, beautiful future you got to be focused on. And it's an inner child wound. Again, we're talking about the primordial evil, which is like the way that people abuse children. You are the vitality of the child. So Aries is the child, but Leo is the lifestyle, the child lifestyle. You know, you're the playground. You know what I mean? You're recess. And so how is recess going to be fucked up when all the kids that are going to recess were just fucking beat the shit out with some chanclas before they got to school? You know what I mean? It's like the difference between recess with a bunch of wounded kids versus a bunch of happy kids and healthy kids, right? And so I'm just getting that you had 2025 Leo. I know this because my Leo placements, my Leo slimes, a lot of failed tests, a lot of the same like little triggers fucking baiting you out into the ether until the cows came home. A lot of like, ooh, ooh. Again, word to KP, back into my old ways again. But God, the way, it's like every time you went back to your old way, I mean, just big chunks of this new beginning were just getting butchered. Because I think the things that because Leo, you need to realize you're the king of the jungle. You're not being held to a regular standard. You're being held to a fucking extreme standard, you know? Word to Shirley Chisholm, like, there's too much mediocrity, Leo. You aren't allowed. You're not allowed. Sorry. You're not allowed. You got a Leo placement. You're not allowed to be regular. And I think you were, and so for a lot of you might just be trying to fall back into stuff that regular people do. Like, what? Regular people go do this. But when you go do it, girl. And so this is a lot to do with like our associations. It's a lot to do with like, again, but we're working on the wounding. But I just think that Leo was definitely going to suffer because again, like I said, the fifth house, like your ability to be creative and free. I think the things that your creative channel, again, Leo, I prayed because I had like my mother, like my slime ski, my sister in Leo rising. And let me tell you, I had to let her sink because it was like she was just raping herself over and over and over again this year in ways that I was like, the things you are creating are just, the creative channel was just fucking, I was like, girl, it's rashy. It's not good. What you're choosing, you're not being disciplined. Because again, Leo, we all have free will, but Leo, you push it. You pushed it. Many times you pushed it, brother. And can't nobody help you. And then all year you did the little ego thing. It's like, fuck up. You ain't no victim. You can't be a victim. You're the most powerful one in the room. You ain't a victim. You already got the cash, the clothes, the hose, the cars, the blow. You already had it. So like nobody feels sorry for you because you're just hard-headed. Let's not be hard-headed. Because it was hard on you, wasn't it? Okay, so let's make sure we clock how 2025 went because you don't want to do that. The second half of this decade, you don't want to do this. You're not going to be allowed to. Because I don't want to see y'all with 50 kids now from demons. I don't want to see because y'all are getting it like that. Y'all are getting it like, you know what I mean? You took a couple blows to the chin. I see y'all in a circus. I see like Leo as the king of the jungle not having their will in alignment with the divine is going to fuck up the new beginning for all of us. So again, you had to really overcome this. And this is what I'm gonna say. Leos, I hold you with love because it's like the Page of Cups, baby. That's some junior shit. That's getting a lot of my Leos. One of the things, like, you guys understand, I love Leos down. Are you kidding? Cross my ecliptic. Love Leos down. The only issue is that it's like, you're too much of a bad bitch to be rolling around with these dusters. Like, the thing that I feel for Leos the most is like, babe, like, you're wounding or whatever it is that doesn't have you aware that you have Leo placements is insane because it's the reason why y'all are toting ugly bitches around. Like, you don't need to be flexing the fuggliest dusters and like getting yourself wrapped up into cycles with like pages. Leo, you're the king and you fucking with pages. That's why it's all this. Don't do that. Like your shit's gonna be royalty no matter what. So stop giving girls a free ride into your luxury. Because you're hard-headed and undisciplined. Exactly. Because Leo, look like the high priestess in the Wheel of Fortune. The part of you, the higher self, has already been like, and that's what I'm saying, brother. Like, this is low-level manipulation trying to pimp you out. Leo, I think you're coming into an arc where the new beginning for you is like you're seen as the high priestess. You're seen as the part of you that is way more conscious than people wanted to believe. People want to look at you and be like, all Leos do is play around. Yeah, but through divine play comes divine creation, big bags. So yeah, you're the kind of person that's like, I'm going to run a carnival because my inner child wanted a carnival, but it becomes the most successful thing in the world. Or like, it's like, I love lyrical dance. I ended up making the best dance company. It's like, it's stuff like that. It's like your play leads you to your bag. People misread that with Leos. That's like your assignment. Your assignment is to play around. Your assignment is to be goofy and silly. You're always in a silly, goofy mood. And I feel like dealing with these dusters was the only reason you were having all this primordial anxiety. And it was always like, this year was a lot of feeling like, oh my God, I really struggle with self-discipline. But if nothing else, finally December is here. And finally, what the priestess prophesied, like the fucking wheel's gonna turn for you. You're not always gonna be down bad. So when it turns for you, the whole reason that the priestess really wanted you to integrate all the spiritual initiations that you were going through was so that you don't fuck up your new beginning by bringing all those dusters into it. Yeah? Because let's make sure we're self-disciplined enough and that we're strong-willed. I think it's not just about being self-disciplined, but it's also being like strong in like your conviction. Like, I think Leo too, like as like loud and, audacious as people assume that you are, I feel like sometimes you feel like you really struggle to just like have autonomy to like say what you mean and mean what you say. And like, I don't feel like you always feel like you have respect when it's like, I'm saying what I mean. I think you also, I'm seeing a lot of Leos in the ether that were caught up with partners where you were like telling them like, I want out, but like, because of you, it was reflecting their lack of like catching the hint that you were like checked out had to do with like, this inner impediment on your own ability to be like, I said what I said, it's kind of like, when you and again, I really am holding space because of Leo, I'm getting a lot of, like I said, really like raping our own selves, like putting ourselves in situations where like our inability to be strong-willed and disciplined, because again, when you show that in your character, you don't really have self-discipline, because again, your silly goofy mood, your assignment is to play, but playing doesn't mean that you don't have self-discipline. So when a lot of people who are low vibrational, right, like pages are around you, or people in your peers, people, these guys are around you and they're looking at you, I think a problem too, Leo, is like a lot of people saw where you don't really have discipline. And like Leo, I'm gonna tell you right now, again, if you're playing like a video game, if you're like playing like Mortal Kombat or something, like your health bar, that's you, Leo. Like the juice you have to keep like, and how many blows to the face you take is like, it's like your health bar. And so if the health bar runs out, you also just die. Like you're done, KO, whatever. It's like, doesn't even matter, whatever. And I think you've let a lot of people see you like be very loosey-goosey, like loose asshole with it, like very like, whatever. And that also doesn't help you because these people have no respect for you. And it's the reason why they've been playing you in your face and getting you caught up in like low level karma that not only are you way too conscious for, but also they've been playing you in like also, again, rapey vibes. Like they're like fucking with consent. Like they know you're saying no. They know you don't want them. They know they got you caught up in some shit that is way beneath you and they don't even take you seriously. So again, like you're dealing with an overhaul of respect at the same time. But I also see that the love you have for this priestess, you see that as nothing but the so, oh my God. Sorry, my coworker just like texting me. She's like, you don't work today. And now I'm crying anyways. But, yeah. So the high priestess, I think you have like so much love for like you see the whatever, whoever the oracle, whether this is internal, it's a reflection of your higher self. But if this is outside of you, like you see it as like your wheel of fortune. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like the sad thing with my mom. I was like, Mom, I literally had to tell her at the top of the year, I was like, really? How many times are we going to do this? I don't know how many, she's had like 50 boyfriends since like my parents divorced, right? But every time she gets a new nigga, I was like, really? Like one thing we've never done, sister, is like let them come between you and me. And so, yeah, this year I was a little offended. I like allowed myself to be offended because I was like, oh, so this duster geezer dick is good enough to fucking cut me off? Me? Your twin? I had to let her sing. Gemini Rising had to let her sing because I was like, listen, brother, because all I knew in the end is like, yeah, this motherfucker's gonna drag you, your lack of self-discipline is gonna drag you through so many spiritual anxiety fucking tizzies. She's gonna have so many twizzy tizzies that it's like, in the end, my fucking high priestess ass, which was like, told you that guy was a buster, told you that shit was a buster. It's like, you're my sense of wheel of fortune. Like, that's all these bitches are gonna feel in the end. Leo, I love you down. Like, I love you down. More so, it's not even, I'm not even mad at you. I'm like, bro, I love Leo so much. I hate seeing my mom be disrespected. She is like the most accomplished bitch out of Austin, Texas. Like the best black bitch you can find. Just the best story, represents the city down. And yet these guys that she rolls with that don't put respect on her name. You know what I mean? And she will get herself caught up in some deep karma, like stuff that makes me have primordial anxiety. Because I'm just like, girl, do not let this motherfucker come into your house. Don't even, you shouldn't even, oh my God, no. What? Like, because like sometimes, Leo, when you're with people who don't match your legacy, like that's the other thing is like your low self-esteem, the woundings, the way these guys did you. Like I told you, Leo, we need to out these abusers. We need to make sure that people know you're spiritual. They need to know that you're conscious. They need to know that you love God. Like the people need to know this stuff, because y'all be getting caught up with the demons because you're a good time. You know, you're the fifth house. Let's play around. And I'm right there with you. Let's take a shot. Let's take a smoke a blazer. Let's go to the club. I'm with you on that. But you're not like these guys. You know, you're not working at the pyramids. You know what I mean? They made the pyramids in your image. You know what I mean? So like sometimes like when you be going to the club, it's not like you know you're not at the club like these girls. You're enjoying it because you're fucking king of the jungle. But these grimy demons that you roll with, I just don't want them to get you caught up, Leo. I don't want them to get you caught up. Let's push through. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Yeah, so happy December. You're good. You're King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. You are perfectly primed. You have, because the one thing that you do have is a massive bag. You are definitely well off. I'm not going to hold Julia, like you're popular, you're stable. Physically you're there. I also think like Leo, you recovered yourself. Like you were getting booty popped by these demons all year. Absolutely. But the good thing is like, again, the priestess that really helped you, they already gave you like, this is what you need to do. This is how you stay disciplined. It's not like you didn't know how to be disciplined. It was just disobedience. You get what I mean? And a lot of times, again, Leo, you are disobedient because you're wounded. Like someone hurt you and they hurt your inner child and they affected your ability to play. And so when people do that to you, that's when you start lashing out and doing the Leo thing where it's like, oh, be disobedient, do what I want. And so now you've got this beautiful new beginning, and this was always coming to you. God wanted you to be here for this, right? They didn't want you to be doing this because I feel like for many Leos, you're entering into the month here, which is like the headache from letting these guys play you all 2025, because you're seeing the prophecy at a higher level and it's like, oh, it was never, yeah, these guys were never supposed to be a part of it. So that's just going to be true. It's kind of sobering. It's like, right, like what, it's like, it doesn't matter how much back and forth rigmarole, like these guys were still just never supposed to be a part of it. And my new beginning is still untouched. And like, in the end, like, that's why God's okay. Like God's like, take your time. You can make a million mistakes. You can even be bad at life. You can do it karmic the whole way through. The whole point is that when it's time for you to, all of the experiences God allows you to have will get you to where God needs you to be. So either way, I just want you to know that in the future, your will being more in alignment and you being more self-disciplined can also help you get at the same outcome that I think you're getting either way that God designed for you. But it's just like, it doesn't have to be painful, because this is someone who's like fulfilling prophecy in the like most painful way possible. And I know that's how you guys did 2025. Leo, you wanted to get punched in the face several times on the way to the prophecy. And I don't feel like you needed to have that happen, but okay, if that's what you wanted, you definitely got it. But it doesn't matter, because again, it's like, I was never worried about you guys. I mean, I'm more so, other than just like how much I'm like, I know you're not having a good time on your way to your new beginning. So, you know, I'm holding space because I'm like making light of it, but it isn't easy. Like I'm seeing a lot of like abusive dynamics that were not positive for you at all. And if anything, most importantly, like this new beginning, like you at least know that when you leave and you start this new cycle, you will be very clear, because this does not feel anything like this. This level of anxiety is not the same as like a new positive beginning by any means. And so having those two things like in 1 month straddled next to each other, which is like safety, peace,